Why censorship creates more curiosity. Censorship has always had an unexpected side effect. It does not always reduce attention. Sometimes it increases it. Because the moment something is restricted, hidden, or removed from view, it stops being just content. It becomes a question, and the human mind is naturally drawn to questions that have no immediate answers. In photography and visual culture, censorship often begins with intention: to protect, to regulate, to define boundaries of what is acceptable in public space. But perception does not follow rules as neatly as policy does. When an image is hidden, blurred, flagged, or removed, it instantly gains a different kind of value. Not necessarily artistic value, but psychological value. Because the brain interprets restriction as importance. If something must be controlled, it must be significant. This is where curiosity begins. The viewer starts to imagine what is missing, what is partially hidden, what cannot be fully seen. And imagination is often more powerful than the original image itself. In modern visual culture, this effect is amplified by digital platforms. Social media algorithms decide what can be shown and what must be restricted. Some images are instantly approved, while others are limited or removed. This creates a strange imbalance. Two similar images can receive completely different responses, not because of meaning, but because of policy interpretation. And that inconsistency itself fuels curiosity. People begin to wonder, what makes one image acceptable and another restricted? Historically, censorship has always shaped attention. In art history, works that were once banned or scandalized often became more famous precisely because they were restricted. What was hidden became desirable. What was forbidden became culturally significant. And what was controversial became historically important. There is also a psychological tension between control and imagination. When something is fully visible, the mind has less work to do. It consumes the image and moves on. But when something is partially removed or restricted, the mind fills in the gaps. It constructs meaning. It builds narrative. It creates emotional weight that may not even exist in the original work. In this way, censorship does not always erase meaning. It can multiply it. In photography, especially in body-related imagery, this effect becomes even more complex. Because the human body already carries layers of cultural meaning, identity, morality, beauty, vulnerability, and power. When visibility is limited, those meanings do not disappear. They intensify. But this does not mean censorship is harmless or purely creative. Control over visibility also raises important questions about agency, expression, and who gets to decide what is acceptable to see. Censorship can protect, but it can also silence. And in that tension, curiosity grows even stronger. In the end, censorship creates curiosity because it interferes with something fundamental in human psychology: the desire to see, to understand, and to complete incomplete information. When something is hidden, the mind does not stop thinking about it. It continues searching, and sometimes what is restricted becomes more powerful in imagination than anything fully revealed.